What's up guys, my name is Wreck-It Ralph and welcome to my playthrough of the Battle for Middle-earth. We're going to be starting with the good campaign. I'm going to delete my test file here. And we're going to be doing the good campaign on medium difficulty. And here we are, this is our map. Over here above a magnifying glass we have the Fellowship. We're moving from Bree to Rivendell. Right here we have the Eye of Sauron, Isengard. This right here to the left of a magnifying glass should be Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, Gondor, and the Eye of Sauron is right here above where my magnifying glass is. Alright, let's jump into it.
Mordor is the land of the Dark Lord Sauron. He has dominion over this bleak and wasted landscape and all who enter it. Sauron wages war with all of Middle-earth. He must be stopped, or all shall fall into darkness. The hobbit Frodo Baggins now bears the ring, guarded by a fellowship drawn from all the free peoples of Middle-earth. The One Ring must be returned to Mount Doom and destroyed in the very fires of its creation.
Alright. So over here on the left we have our Palantir. In the overworld map you do have certain things that you can look at. We have powers, we have our main menu, and we have command points, which is our unit population cap. The Palantir can act as a mini-map when we're inside the actual missions, and in the overworld it will show us clips of locations that were in the movie if you hover your mouse over them, right, like I'm doing now with Rivendell. And you can see on the left there we have some shots from the movie of Rivendell. And right here is the Fellowship: Aragorn, Boromir, Gandalf, Gimli, Legolas, Frodo, Pippin, Merry, and Sam. And we're going to move them to the mines of Moria.
The mines of Moria, once proud city of the dwarves, its ruined halls are now infested with vile goblins.
And they call it a mine. A mine!
This is no mine. It is a tomb.
We have but one choice. We must face the darkness of Moria.
Alright, so here we have our Fellowship. These are all hero units. So you have normal units and then you have hero units, and every member of the Fellowship is a hero unit. We're gonna group our hobbits and the rest of these guys separately, because the hobbits are very fragile. So each one of these guys
Should never have come here.
Let us hope that our presence may go unnoticed.
Over there! I've never seen a creature like that.
So each one of these guys has different skills and abilities. The hobbits are just able to go from throwing rocks to using swords. And I actually am going to tell them to use rocks because they're squishy and I want them to stay away. The rest of these guys have abilities which they unlock as they rank up. You can see right here, they're all rank 1. And Aragorn's rank 1 ability is Athelas. His rank 2 ability is Blade Master, which gives him a 50% boost to damage and armor. He had a leadership ability, which allows him to give like boosts to other units around him. But we will talk about that as we get into the game. I actually want Gandalf to have this one. Here we go. You can definitely see the age.
The wealth of Moria was not in gold or jewels, but mithril. Be on your guard. There are older and fouler things than orcs in the deep places of the world.
You can definitely see the age of the game in some of the textures and the graphics, like this chain right here. But the game is actually pretty fun to play. I remember the first time I played this game must have been somewhere...
Quiet! Goblins are close.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Kill them all!
Goblins
Too long
approach!
have you lived in shadow.
We must fight!
Oh. Okay, forgot to mention this. So these are our powers, and these are powers that they are special abilities that we unlock as we progress through the game. I have played this game before, it's just been a very long time. I think the first time I played it was in 2008, and the game came out in 2004, so it's been a while. But I remember some of the things, and I remember this. And I was kind of fidgeting around when I did the my test file. Didn't get very far. I just did this first mission just to get a feel for the game. And I'm gonna get the heal power first, because when you first purchase an ability, you can see right here there's like an initial cooldown period that needs to go through before you're able to use it. And over here we have our objectives. So guide the Fellowship through the halls of Moria. All Fellowship members must survive. Destroy the Balrog. Find 5 treasures, rank all heroes to level 2, and purchase a power, which we just did. So this game is one of many games that came out when the Lord of the Rings...
Protect the hobbits!
For Uncle Bilbo!
Over there!
So rude, interrupting me. Many games came out during this time, kind of riding on the popularity of the movies, when the Lord of the Rings were at the height of their popularity.
A reward!
And not many of those games were actually very good. In fact, most of them were just really crappy
That does not sleep.
cash grabs.
Humans!
Die! More goblins! Ah!
Over there!
Send them their message! Destroy them!
Which
I
was...
think I'm getting the hang of this.
And this was long
For
before...
the gap of Rohan. Keep quiet.
Long before The Shadow of Mordor came out and kind of brought Lord of the Rings back to the forefront of pop culture. Because I don't want to talk about the Hobbit movies. And the thing that you just saw me do is an ability of Gandalf's called Wizard Blast, which blasts enemies back. It's kind of like an area and effect thing that you can use for crowd control.
Get rid of this
They will
evil!
not get past me!
Here they come! A cave troll!
I'll smite them from afar!
Yeah!
I need to fight!
I'll do my part!
Alright. And, you know, you look at some of these textures, you can tell this is not a new game. And this game came out at a time where RTS games were
What is this?
dying out.
Some good fortune for our fellowship.
Sorry, I don't want to talk over the things that they say.
Quietly now.
So RTS games like Age of Empires
No memory of this place.
or Command and Conquer,
Intruders!
they were really the most popular type of game in the 90s.
The stench of evil must end here.
They must be stopped!
You know, RTS games were still
Be gone!
relatively
We are with you, Aragorn.
strong in the late 90s, but they were beginning to die out.
Is this place?
And FPS games were beginning to
Let's get this over.
Arrows.
kind of take over the marketplace.
Aragorn, look out!
But by the time this game came out, I think RTS games were pretty much done. I hadn't heard anybody talk about an RTS game in a very long time when this game came out.
I think we can beat them.
I was surprised that not only did they actually make an RTS game, but it was actually good. Give this to Boromir. And this game did a few things that I hadn't seen in other RTSs, which we'll get into
Must keep moving!
later. Or rather, they kind of flipped the RTS formula just a little bit.
Evil lies beyond these doors.
Right here in the bottom, you can see a little clip from the film.
We leave no one behind!
Here lies Balin, son of Hundin, Lord of Moria. He is dead then. It's as I feared.
We must move. We cannot linger. Goblins.
They are coming.
Let them come! Only dwarf yet in Moria still draws breath. You have no place in this world!
Many of the games that came out
Get them!
while the movies were at the height of their popularity were adventure games where you would be able to select one of the different members of the Fellowship
Oh, this is more like it.
and you were kind of just running around through some of these same maps, doing missions and just going ham on everyone.
Must get to safety!
Ooh, Gandalf is about to die.
Aragorn, behind you.
Get them! We'll drive them into the dust! Over there! Rally together! You're so far!
Look out.
And
Breathe your last breath. Twice arrows will fly.
I decided to do this mission a little differently this time. Gandalf is dying.
Kill them all!
I typically get a passive power first.
Filthy beast.
I might be small, but I'm tough. I think I'm down for this. Here! Over here!
Sorry, they were talking loud and I don't like to talk over them.
A hobbit is deadly when provoked. We'll regret it today.
Stay together!
Breathe your last breath. This one's mine.
Drive them into the dust! Get them! They will not yield!
Fight them from afar!
They will not get
And many of the games that came out during the time that these movies were really popular were not very good.
Take them to the grave!
They were interesting to play through and they were a different way to explore.
To the bridge of Khazad-dûm!
I'm worried about Pippin. Pippin is almost dead. I used to have 2 powers by the time I finish this. During my test playthrough for the first mission. I'm not sure what I did differently.
Stench of evil must end here. These two fly like brothers.
Yet another! I'll smite them from afar! I'll smite them from afar!
And this game was interesting in the sense that it really gave you the feeling of scale that some of the battles had.
Brace yourselves! Over there!
Which is something that you didn't get from the other games. This game,
Brace yourselves!
you know, when you're playing through some of these battles, you really do get a sense for how large these conflicts actually were. Whereas
Drive them off any way you can! Help me! Over there! Drive them off!
the games where you get to control just one of the members of the Fellowship, they felt kind of small. It didn't really give you a sense for...
Quickly now! Run!
I did not want Gimli to grab that, but okay.
What is this new devilry?
Balrog of Morgoth.
I usually have 2 powers by now.
Ancient world.
I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
This foe is beyond any of you. Run! Don't fall behind!
Did I select a higher difficulty for this? Maybe I did. But I want these guys to get down here as soon as possible because I don't want Gandalf to take any damage because he has a battle coming up. I'm going to tell him to move forward.
Our blades cut through. The exit is in sight. A Balrog. I cannot protect all of you. Beat them all, Managon. Swords are no more use here.
Run!
To the abyss!
Hotkey Gandalf to 1.
Destroy them!
And we're gonna fight the Balrog. So, in the powers menu here, you can see that we can summon the army of the dead. The Balrog is what you get to summon in that last spot if you are playing for one of the evil factions in the game.
I must get to safety.
And this battle is pretty much what's going to happen when you're fighting monsters this large. You're just going to run around, use your powers. The first 2 missions in this game I did a little reading before I started playing, and the first 2 missions in this game are really just to get you used to the 2 different types of units that you're going to be using. So this map is all about getting you used to hero units and their powers. And the next mission is about getting you used to using the hero units in concert with the normal units in the game. And by that I mean just units, you know, collections of cavalry and archers and infantry. And I like that you get to see the hoofprints of wherever the Balrog has stepped. If you look right here, it really gives this a sense of authenticity. You know, it's the little details like that that really count when you're doing something like this, I think. And we're just about done here. Oh, there we go. Last one.
The Balrog of Moria is no more.
With the Balrog defeated, the Fellowship continued their perilous journey.
Alright, and we have finished our first mission. The rank of total victory. So you can see this is our army. Units continuing their journey. Now this is important, and I'm going to talk about this in the next mission, which I think is going to be, if not just like how we play most of the game, at least similar. But this is something important to keep your eye on. I remember that. We escaped Moria.
As the shadow of Sauron moves across the land, Lord Eomer and his horsemen must defend the villages of Rohan.
Right, so here we have the Rohan army. Our hero unit is Eomer, and we have 20 Rohirrim. Where are these guys on the horses right here? And do I want to go to the West Fold Rohan or Eastern Rohan? Do I want another power? That's the question. I think I would rather have more command points. Yeah, I want to have more command points, so we're going to go to Rohan.
Rohan lies at the center of Middle-earth. These horselands have long been the site of war and conflict, but its people now seek peace and freedom.
We must be prepared for war. Everyone able should stand ready to defend Rohan.
Keep a watchful eye.
Okay,
There are
so
forces at work that trouble our king and plague these lands.
alright, so here we are. So, what are our objectives? Destroy all evil camps, bonus garrison, that you ruin towers with Eomer archers, rank up Eomer 1 level. Alright, so nothing crazy. Well, we don't have Gandalf right now, so we're gonna take this passive power, which makes our heroes deal 50% more damage. And so right here is our citadel. This is our main base of operations.
Follow my lead.
And in these building foundations is where we get our buildings. I'll show you what that's like in a second.
Follow my lead.
Here we have a settlement, which allows us to build a single building, in this case a resource producing building, for which the evil, for which the good side, I'm sorry, has farms.
Regroup at the camp.
So here we can build farms, we can build stables, we can build a Rohan statue, we can build a well, and we can build an archery. And all of these give us different bonuses.
Keep these lands safe.
Before I start building anything, I just want to see if there's anything else around
Follow
here.
my lead.
Oh, okay. We have a new settlement here.
Ride.
There they are. What should we do?
Be destroyed. We must defend our country. Let us hunt some orc. Follow my lead. Riders of Rohan. Ride.
Right, so while they do that, I'm gonna build a couple. Hold on a minute.
The farm is ready.
350.
We must defend our country.
We have the new farm.
Riders of the mark. Here! Here!
I think the farms
We ride.
in the settlements are cheaper
We have the new farm.
than the farms here. Units auto heal if not under attack. Okay, so we're definitely gonna want a well. And we're gonna want a sentry. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You guys need to walk back here.
Our people will need us. Rohan must stand. Go with haste. Keep these lands safe. We ride. Go with haste. Away. We ride. We ride.
Right.
Go with haste.
I don't want to risk killing off an entire battalion.
Our people will need us.
I actually want these guys to be nice and healthy. We build the stables? Yes, we can.
Let us hunt
Right.
some orc.
And you can see if these guys stand near the fountain, their health bars should automatically go up. There they go.
Men of the Riddermark.
We have our farm down here giving us some food. This one up here, we got 1, 2. Put another one.
Men of the Riddermark.
Use the stables
Away. Yeah.
See
We
what
ride.
else is over here. Now, I don't want to start
Rohirrim.
building
Away.
new Rohirrim units just
Go with
yet.
haste. We ride.
And
We
there they go.
ride.
Hold on, there's something over here.
There they are. What should we do? Riders of the mark.
You guys, come back here.
Ride out.
Rohan must stand.
And this is pretty much what the game is like. It probably doesn't look very exciting, but again, this mission is just, hey, come on guys,
Follow my
don't
lead. Go with haste. Away. Follow my lead.
fall asleep on the job here.
We're attacking. The archery range is ready.
Are we done?
Follow
Great,
my lead.
get over here. And here we have an outpost,
Stay sharp.
so we are going to take that over.
Defend our country. Keep a watchful eye.
Cool.
Rohan must stand.
Alright, so this is interesting. So Eomer's rank 2 ability is Outlaw Leadership. Give by units and resources per kill. Cool.
Stay sharp. Ride
So
out.
Eomer is definitely more of an aggressive hero
Prepare
unit.
for battle. Our people will need us.
And that was something that we needed to do with the Yeoman archers. Garrison the ruined towers. Where are the ruined towers? Right here. Okay.
A darkness covers our lands.
Can we do anything with the powers? I mean, I guess I could do this, but I don't really see any peasants, so I'm not
Follow my
gonna do that.
lead. Yeah. We
Let me see what's
ride.
down here. We also need to destroy enemy camps, so we have to find where those are, because I haven't seen any.
Rohan must stand.
Pick up your bows, countrymen.
Charge.
Come together, hunters.
Alright, we'll send these guys into the tower.
Stay with me.
Where is it?
Move it.
Right here.
Riders of the mark.
The farm is ready.
Set forth. Go with haste.
Alright, I guess these guys are peasants, right? I could arm them. Who knows? It might come in
Let us
handy.
hunt some orc. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we have another outpost.
We have the
Do I have money for
Rohan
that?
must
Yes.
stand. Yeah.
And as you can see, there's really no way to upgrade your population cap in-game. So in most RTS games, what you would do
A darkness covers our lands. Keep these lands
is
safe. Go Go with haste! Follow my lead! Strike swiftly! Go with haste! Away! Away!
In most RTS games, what you would do, I'm gonna have to silence him because his yelling is getting on my nerves. In most RTS games, what would happen is you would have the ability to... Right, I'm gonna shut this guy up. Because I can't talk while he's talking.
I am a servant.
Okay. So in most RTS games, like I was saying, let's demolish that. Wait. Damn it. Did we? Okay, yeah. So we only had to garrison the one tower. I don't like archers. In most video games I choose to play archers. No. I don't want to do that. I want to build another farm. So in most video games, especially in most RTS games, you have the option to have your units. You have the option to get a higher population cap by building certain things. And in this game you don't. In this game you have a set number of command points in every map. Maybe we should arm the peasants. Let's do that. Are these guys actually firing at anybody? Okay, I guess they are. Okay. Sorry I've been quiet. As I'm playing, the game is kind of coming back to me. So... as I remember... my farms are under attack. So is my little tower. I don't care about these guys, I care about my farm. Okay, so the reason I've been so quiet is because I'm trying to remember. I know there was a way to go around the population cap. Because I remember having games where I ended up with like 200 units and my cap was like maybe 150. Maybe I should build a well here instead. And I'm trying to remember how I did that. And those guys are gone. Which means I'll be able to make more people with horses. Yay! Okay, now come back. And as you can see, these guys also have ranks, so they have ranks just like our hero units have ranks. And they don't necessarily develop new abilities. No, these are things that we need to purchase later. But we can buy a banner upgrade. Oh, but we need an armory. Can we make an armory? I don't think there was a build option, right? We only had like a statue or something like that? Oh, here's a camp. Alright.
I see you.
But enemies in this game are very aggressive, as you can already see. So it doesn't always pay to be defensive. And you just saw me click there to change their formation. And I got a glimpse of this when I was playing. If you change the formation of your units, they actually deal more damage. You see, these guys in line formation have the bonus. If I put them in wedge formation, they deal 25% more damage, but they also take 25% more damage. So you have to be careful with how you do it. Oh, and this is her camp. So, if we're going to be attacking buildings, I definitely want them to deal 25% more damage, because we should try to destroy these things rather quickly. Guys are gonna be heroes of Rohan. And sacrifice their lives to protect the kingdom. We're gonna get all sorts of nice little resources from them, then we're gonna come back here to heal. This still ours? No. Eomer can go get that. Okay. So we're essentially just making cannon fodder with these guys at this point. And we're distracting the enemy. But this is pretty much how the game works. There's not a whole lot of science to it so far. This mission is just meant to introduce us to getting groups of units together and understanding how they work in conjunction with the hero units. And it's meant to get us to understand, the dynamics of fighting, of taking over areas of the map via camps, settlements, and citadels, which is what this will eventually become once we destroy it, which is going to happen very soon. And you can see some of our Rohirrim are now rank 2. There we go. Episode 1 of our adventure into the Battle for Middle-earth. We learned how to use different units. We learned how to use our hero units. We learned how to use our hero units in conjunction with the standard group of unit. And we got extra 20 command points. So this is what I was talking about during the first mission. Units continuing on the journey. that were first trained in Rohan. We have some peasants, we have some Rohirrim, and all of our Rohirrim battalions gained veterancy. So they're actually going to continue on into the next mission whenever we use Eomer. I think that's how it works. And so I remember liking this because it gave the game a sense of history, really. You know, you can look back to when you first trained a battalion, and you can see all the missions they have completed, all the enemies that they have vanquished. So it's cool, it gives them a little bit of history. You know, you can imagine what these guys talk about when they sit down with other veterans of the conflicts of Middle Earth. I don't know, I think it's cool. Anyway, I'm going to close up the chapter here. Thank you guys so very much for joining me, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.